The June 29th, 2012 meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Ansello?
Here.
Mr. Baroth?
Here.
Mr. Colby?
Here.
Mr. Haney?
Here.
Chairman Howland?
Here.
Mr. Rocco?
Here.
Mr. Wilcox?
Here.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
No, sir.
Is there anyone present who has not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time?
Your ratings are slipping something, so.
I see that. What can I say? Next meeting I will be full. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. You have the May 23rd, 2012 minutes of the Environment and Public Works Committee before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. The next item on the agenda is new business.
Referral 12-204, authorizing agreement between...
Moved by Legislator Ansello, seconded by Legislator Colby. Is there any discussion? Legislator Wilcox.
Thank you. Just out of curiosity, it sounds like this was formed in 2007. Is there any reason why it's taken us this long to actually decide we want to participate, or is this the first year we're able to for some reason?
Through the chair, we've been aware of this association. We have not had a need to participate. We did have formal requests for labor, equipment, and materials around the time of Hurricane Irene to other utilities in New York State. And what this will allow is a more formal arrangement that will be coordinated through the Public Safety's Office of Emergency Management. So we'll have a centralized point of communications to be able to manage those resources if requested, and have a mechanism by which we can be reimbursed for any services we provide. Now, conversely, we could request services from other member utilities. We have not had to do that to date, so I guess there has not been a need up until this point in the recent hurricane kind of brought that to forefront.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The referral passes.
Referral 12-208, authorizing...
Moved by Legislator Colby, seconded by Legislator Rocco. Is there any discussion? Legislator Baroth.
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration, could you please tell me why we need to purchase these three properties?
Through the chair, these are three different parcels across three different tax map parcels, all from the same owner, and it's for an interconnect conduit line for fiber optic cable.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? The referral passes. Now, before the next referral, 120210, is introduced, I would like to recognize Jerry Helfer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to advise the committee members and also make a request. We've received word within the last 15 minutes that the owner that was originally going to offer the $10,000 to purchase this easement from the county has decided against pursuing this transaction any further, so we would respectfully request that this referral be withdrawn.
So it will be.
Referral 12-212,
Moved by Legislator Ansello, seconded by Legislator Colby. Is there any discussion? Legislator Ansello.
Yes, through the chair, why do we need to increase the financing?
Through the chair, Jason Kennedy with Environmental Services. The project was originally conceived back in 2005-2006. At such time, we received federal funding in the amount of 80% of the original estimated project cost of $5.3 million. Since that time, the project costs have escalated due to year-over-year escalation and changes in scope for both of the fueling stations specifically the city fueling station. So overall project costs have increased, and we respectfully ask for an increase in authorization to cover those costs.
Thank you. And how much of the financing goes to Mount Reed fueling station?
Through the chair, both the county and the city applied for and received the federal funding. I referenced it's 80% of anticipated costs. Current federal funding has been increased to match the escalated cost. So we're receiving approximately $5 million in federal funding, and actually we're splitting that grant approximately 55% to the county, 45% to the city, because the county is administering the project, so we have additional costs associated with that. So it effectively equates to a 50-50 split.
With the city?
That's correct, yes.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor? I'm sorry. Legislator Haney.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, where are the two sites? I assume they're at Scottsville Road and at the DES facility on Mount Reed Boulevard?
Through the chair, no, actually, the Scottsville Road Station was recently constructed. That is not the site we're referring to. We're actually looking at the city's existing Mount Reed Boulevard Operations Center site. So we'll effectively be reconstructing that fueling station from the ground up. And the other location is our Van Laer fueling station, very small fueling station in the back of the plant proper. That'll actually be reconstructed and, as part of the project, relocated to the front end of the plant off of Lakeshore Boulevard.
So we'll end up with three facilities then, Scottsville Road, Van Laer, and Mount Reed Boulevard?
Through the chair, that's correct, yes.
Good. Are the facilities interchangeable? By that I mean, if a city vehicle was on the east side, can it go to Scottsville Road? And if a county vehicle is on the west side, can it go to Mount Reed Boulevard?
Through the chair, yes, it can.
Okay. And finally, has any thought been given to allowing private access to the facilities, obviously for a fee, but has any thought been given to allowing private access for fueling?
Through the chair, yes, there has been discussions on that topic, and the CMAQ federal funding would allow for such an arrangement if it was decided that we proceed in that fashion, but no decisions made on that front.
So it's under study.
Through the chair, that's correct.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Just a reminder, Legislator Haney, my fan base gets very upset when you don't ask the questions through the chair. Okay? Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? The referral passes.
Referral 12-213,
Moved by
authorizing.
Legislator Colby, seconded by Legislator Rocco. Is there any discussion? Legislator Barath.
Thank you. Through the chair, I do not want to offend the fan base.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I'd like to ask the administration, it says in this referral that the easement is, quote, necessary for the benefit of development of various buildings at the airport. Which buildings at the airport specifically?
Through the chair, it will be the old freight building and the new MRC that is currently proposed for construction.
Thank you. And through the chair, if I remember correctly, the old freight building is where we have one of the, if not more than one of the car rental places. Is that correct or no?
Through the chair, no. Currently, it's just used for airport purposes, but it is over in that general area over by where the post office is located.
Thank you. That's all.
Any further discussion? Those in favor? Opposed? The referral passes. Okay, is there any unfinished business to come before the committee? Legislator Haney?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I would just like to thank Mr. Garland and the administrative people for this morning's activities. I found that very educational and interesting. and I'm sure it's disruptive to staff, et cetera. And I certainly, and I'm sure the others who were there are appreciative of that. And through you, Mr. Chairman, I have one question. We just received this book called Team DES, and on page 25.
Excuse me, is this unfinished business? Or
Yes,
new
this is
business?
very unfinished.
When, can you remind me of when this was actually referred to before?
Well, that's my question.
Well, if it hasn't been referred to before, I'm sorry, it's not unfinished business.
Jack, I'm making a joke about the list of questions. I'm not hammering somebody.
Well,
Forget it.
thank you. Any further unfinished business? There being no unfinished business, the June 27th, 2012 meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting will be July 25th, 2012 at 5 p.m. Thank you.